Are we ready? Hey, it's Andy's free guitar charts video here. And I'm going to start with a little 3D of the chart number 138. In this chart here, and this is a station about a channel and a video series about my guitar charts. I've used to make them and just post them on my Facebook page for my friends in Northport, New York, where some of us became really good at art and music and all the other good things that people became who came from my hometown. So Billy Joel came from Long Island, and I think there were other people who came out of Long Island that made names for themselves. So, although when I was in high school, I wasn't really, I played piano. I learned all of Scott Joplin's piano rags and that kind of thing. Let's move on. So when I made the charts and posted them for my friends on the Facebook, they look more or less like this. So here's an old chart of mine. Now, as you can see, the chart doesn't have the video box in it. It would have it right here, and so it doesn't have it. It doesn't even have a chart number. And these are the kind of charts that I used to post, and they had a lot of text and explanations here. So this is just, the fretboard. This looks like in the key of F. It says G flat, F sharp, tuned, virtual, unwarped, normal guitar piano keys. I can tell you right now that's a mistake. These are warped. These are warped. So, back then there were blooper mistakes there. This certainly, if you look where the R is, these are warped, so this would be a keyboard. This would be a fretboard in itself. Okay, so if I just brought that out, there it would be. That would be a fretboard in itself. That was taken from that diagram. And you can see here the 7 and the root. And so this would be really in the key of F, because if you drew a fret nut there, okay, right there, then that lowest E would become the 7, and that would be the leading tone to the key of F. So that's what my charts started out as, and you can see the same familiar patterns there. A little bit of keyboard reference here. These little keyboard things started as little logos up here, and so that's what they used to be, and now they've kind of graduated into this kind of a situation. This is a 3D projection, and I thought they make it look a little more interesting. Sometimes it'll bring out a different part of the keyboard, and then we have lighting. So this is chart number 138. We're going to be talking about this today, and it's just a few of the keys that we're going to talk about. The key of F, the key of E, the key of C, the key of D, and the key of B. And be honest with you, the reason why we're talking about the key of B is because I messed it up trying to explain it on the last lesson, and that's why you see the cuts in the video. And every time I make a cut with the Freeware Bandy cut, which is not often, it'll do its little display Bandy cut video cutter, so it's not a very seamless cut. They're usually just a trimming down of a segment, a 10-minute segment. So this could look, slightly confusing, I know, and it is, but that's why I make the videos, so that I don't have to explain everything in words on the charts anymore. I can explain it in words and with the pointer. So we have the pointer, and we have zooming in and out, and we have my guitar, which, by the way, when I went over to the Dots guitar that I had, when I went back to this one, it fell badly out of tune, and I couldn't get it into tune. It took me a couple of days to get it into tune. That was actually an E flat. See, and this is another thing, and I'm sorry if this confuses you. I do make mistakes, but I play through them, because I'd say about 9 out of 10 times that I mention a key that I played in, that was an E minor, and I said E flat. I'm wrong like that, but I can't go through and re-edit things. So if you don't understand something, just take from it what you can, and keep watching if you can until you do understand something. That's what I found with guitar, that I could always kind of, spring back and go back to something that I know that's tried and true. Okay, so if I'm getting confused about, hey, where am I? What was I doing a cage shape? Was I doing a string circle shape or something? Was I going up or down? What happened? I got a little confused. Maybe I'm just tired. I wouldn't try to do something difficult while I'm tired. If I'm tired, I should just do something easy. And not try to get too complicated about it. So there we go. Alright, so for today's lesson, we're going to be reviewing string and caged connectivity. And that means you can play on the fretboard. You can connect these cages, they call them. So, and I'll put my capo on, and I don't mean to confuse anybody. But I have down-tuned this guitar originally, and this is what happens. I try to explain everything all the way back to the major scale. Well, I ask you a question. Look at Einstein's theory of relativity, E equals mc squared. Well, guess what? The only thing you have to know about mc squared is that it's a multiplication function. It's the mass times c. So it's m times c. I mean, so it's basic. So I'm trying to make things simple like that. Of course, and with the electrical engineering, the E equals IR, same thing. It's a basic relationship. Current times resistance equals voltage. But I still never could quite understand it, and I didn't really have a working knowledge of it. But I have a working knowledge of this, because it's not quite as difficult as engineering. I went through the entire master's degree that I got in electrical engineering, and I never understood it. The whole time I got a degree in it, and I never understood what I was doing. I was just, I would just study what I had to do for the test. I had formulas, but really I never understood it as well as the other students. So that was unfortunate, and I don't work in the field. I tried to, and I developed some problems. So here I am. I'm practically retired, and I want to make these diagrams. So being a graduate of engineering, obviously I'm no stranger to diagrams, and I can tell you these diagrams aren't that difficult. So what I was going to explain over here was that I had tuned this to a C. So when I play down here, an E shape down here, because I thought, okay, now I can go.